Welcome to the Adventurelander Build 2.0. We're actually going with a single wheel box truck this time. It's about 12 foot 6 inches in box and about 6 feet wide. So it's not going to be a dually single wheel conversion this time. It's going to be cool. I think y'all are really going to enjoy this one. It's going to be a fun build. You get to see the whole thing from start to finish. The front of this van is pretty cool. We actually were able to just take out the wall that was here. There was two walls that were kind of doubled up. You can kind of see right there where the old wall was. Two walls that were doubled up. When we pulled this out, it really opens this up. So we do have the ability to do like a swivel seat or something if we want to add that. Not sure how we're going to incorporate the front of it, but just having it open to where you can get up and walk back and forth through there, I think is going to really be a big advantage to this build over the last one. And then this, well, that's something for another video. The interior height on this one is only about 6'2" in the very middle, so we're coming up with some ideas. We may end up taking this flooring out and rebuilding the floor to drop it down about 3/4 of an inch, give us a little bit more head height if possible. It's just tall enough for me to stand up in the middle, but I'm afraid once we get all of our stuff in there, I may be brushing my hair on it, which is not really what I'd like to do. So this box is about 12.5 feet long, about 12 feet 8 inches long. And it's just over 6 feet wide. So it gives us enough room with our walls and everything to have a normal size full bed in here running sideways, which I think is a big advantage to the box truck. Instead of having to do any sort of bump outs or anything on the side, we can have the bed sideways. And being an elevator bed, it's the same width all the way to the top. So it can run sideways in there for our upper bed instead of having to take up, most of the ceiling by having a lengthwise bed in there. The back, we are working on an elevator bed, maybe something that's going to be manual. We're not exactly sure yet. We want to keep it simple. Got a few ideas for that. It's really important for this build that we have two beds, though, because this is something that's going to be used by a lot of guys, like going to ride side-by-sides and whatnot. And we're not interested in sharing a bed, so we got to have two actual beds in this build so nobody gets left out. We're going to have a U-shaped sectional in the back right here that's going to fold out into a full bed. And then cabinetry down the side. We're going to do a full wet bath up here in the corner. We haven't figured out exactly the dimensions, whether it's going to wind up being 32 by 36 or 32 by 32. This is something we did in the last build. Really love the wet bath. I think it really kind of takes a build to a next level. Nobody wants to have to go to a Planet Fitness and do any of that kind of nonsense.